This morning in our Consumer Confidential, everything you need to know about COVID surcharges. NBC News investigative and consumer correspondent Vicky Nguyen is here with more.
Hi.
I didn't even know we were paying some of these.
I know. So next time you get a bill, take a closer look at that receipt because it may be a little more expensive. Some businesses are now including a COVID-19 recovery charge, and these new fees have been popping up at restaurants and businesses around the country to help offset the cost for things like cleaning supplies, PPE for staff. But some people are saying that those fees are actually costing businesses goodwill from their customers.
Outdoor seating, masks, disposable menus, and new safety measures to bring diners back to the table during COVID.
It's kind of romantic. It's like a quintessential New York feel or something.
But it comes with a hefty price tag. Changes like these costing each restaurant around $10,000.
I think with the kind of safety measures we're taking, that it's very necessary for us.
To make up for some of those costs, some are adding a COVID surcharge to your bill. At this Manhattan restaurant, a 10% fee. At this California eatery, an extra $1 for burritos. And at this Florida diner, a 15% surcharge for pancakes. The new fees prompting strong feelings on both sides from customers.
I can see how surcharges would be a great way to recoup some of their losses.
It's another greedy hand in my pocket, which I have enough from other taxes and surcharges.
If I saw that surcharge on the receipt, then I wouldn't pay a tip at all.
You may see these surcharges at the salon and dentist, too. At the Coco Bon Salon in New Jersey, owner Erin McCabe adds $2.50 to each bill and says she needs the fees to stay open.
That $2.50 as a surcharge is not for us to make money. It's just to stay afloat.
Others say the surcharge is needed to offset food prices that have skyrocketed during the pandemic.
Filet prices, our ribeye, and most of our cuts of our steak, even our shrimp now is starting to become doubled in price.
But these charges can backfire. In Missouri, Kiko Japanese Steakhouse implemented a 5% surcharge only to remove it days later after intense social media outrage.
We're seeing a fair amount of backlash.
Creditcard.com's Ted Rossman says businesses need to be careful with a COVID surcharge because while it may help short term, it can damage relationships long term.
This is upsetting a lot of customers who may be struggling with their own finances. They may feel caught by surprise. They're feeling nickeled and dimed.
What would be your advice to businesses so their customers are not caught by surprise?
Raise prices. I know that that's not taken lightly, but I think that sits better with the consumer. When you put it on a receipt in black and white and it says COVID surcharge, that's what gets people upset.
For consumers, don't hesitate to ask about a surcharge up front. Remember, many businesses say it's a temporary fee to help them stay open during a crisis that's closed more than 100,000 small businesses permanently.
Now, in most states, it is legal for businesses to add on those surcharges, but they have to tell you about them, either through signage, verbally, or on your actual receipt. And if you do feel a charge was not properly disclosed or it's being implemented unfairly, you can definitely ask the business to remove the charge. Or if you feel so compelled, you can file a complaint with your state's Consumer Affairs Bureau or your Attorney General. Or you could just take your business elsewhere. But just keep in mind, these small businesses right now are hurting and they don't want to lose customers. And I think they're just trying to figure out how to stay afloat.
Well, I'm kind of torn on this because there are small businesses in my neighborhood where I naturally would want to tip more because that's my way of helping them. But then if you see a surcharge, I could see why it could create some, not goodwill with people.
Right. You heard the man in the story saying, look, if I had to pay a surcharge, I'm not tipping. But please keep in mind that tip goes directly to the server or the employee. Yeah. It is not, the surcharge is directly for operating costs for the business. So your tips still count. And if you don't tip, you are really punishing the person that helped you.
Right. I had one of the pediatric dentists this past week. Yep. But then I felt like, well, I want you guys to be safe. Sure. Recognize, you have steps you have to take. So. And if we just spend a little bit extra here and there, it can kind of help businesses.
And it's not permanent. It should just be for this time.
Yeah. Right. That's good.
Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you so much. Thanks for giving us a heads up on that.